So hi, my name's Josh McWilliams. You might recognise me as I used to look after the furniture category in the home and garden team, and I now work in the retail standards team, which is mainly focused on delivery and logistics. My team focus on a variety of things from shipping labels to click and collect to working with carriers like Royal Mail, but today I'm going to focus on retail standards and why that's important. I'm also going to touch a little bit around COVID and what's happened and how we've changed as a business. And the third thing I'm going to speak about is Brexit and how that's changed with international delivery and how we can help you as a seller. So why are retail standards important? 49% of buyers consider free delivery as a key factor when they buy from an online retailer. 69% rate that tracking is one of the top 3 considerations when they buy online. This is because they want to know when it's dispatched, when it's in the carrier network, and more importantly, when it arrives. And finally, 70% of buyers are prepared to pay for a faster delivery option, like next day. Therefore, take advantage of that and add that onto your listing. You can charge it to the buyer and not erode your margin. It's important to remember that retail standards affects the buyer throughout the journey. It's not just post-transaction once the item has been posted. From browsing and viewing the item, you might have a specific date in mind, whether that's 3 and 3 or next day. Buyers also want a wide range of choice. They want to be able to import and export the items. Once the item is purchased, they'll be able to track it easily, find out where it is in the carrier network, when it's going to arrive, and they might even have selected a click and collect location. Finally, after the item has arrived, you want to be able to easily return that item. Ultimately, you as a seller are judged in your feedback form with 2 out of your 4 questions relating to did the item arrive on time and were the postage charges fair. Make sure your delivery days accurately reflect what you're doing on the site. For example, if an item is bought on a Wednesday, 82% of the time it arrives on a Saturday. However, 50% are only told this. The other 50% are told it arrives on a Monday. Buyers are more likely to buy an item if it arrives earlier, therefore accurately reflect what you're doing. Don't miss out on sales. Make sure you review your handle time cutoff. eBay defaults it to 2 p.m. However, if your carrier drop-off or pickup is later, make sure you change that on the listing. It's a simple change. Because 70% of sales happen after 2 p.m, a simple change can substantially increase your sales on eBay. eBay has pivoted quickly, and as a business, here's a recap on how we've reacted to COVID. We've extended delivery days where carriers are delivering items late so that you're not penalised. We've actively opened and closed click and collect based on government and retailer announcements. We've protected to defects, especially relating to delivery, such as item not received and late delivery. We've established new freight lanes so that the markets aren't affected, and we've extended our return policy to 21 days. Taking everything into consideration, here are the 3 takeaways I want you to take away from today. For a non-impacted peak, check your handle time, make sure it's accurately reflecting what's happening in your operations, and use the holiday option where possible. Upload your tracking to orders so that buyers know exactly where their items are. And finally, use the COVID-19 Seller Centre page for updates and comments from us. For a normal peak, reduce your handle time to 0 days on key items so that it's applicable for next day, and amend your cutoff accurately to what you're doing as a business. Offer 3 delivery in 3 days to ensure that you get the fast and free badge. Offer buyers choice, enable them to upgrade to a faster delivery option or click and collect. We know Brexit is an issue. Selling to Europe will become more difficult. The GSP hub is Brexit ready. Let us deal with the hassle for you. All you need to do is tick a box on your listing to enable GSP. The GSP hub is COVID ready. For example, during COVID, we saw an issue with passenger flights, and therefore we chartered our own flights to the US to ensure that GSP customers weren't affected. We delivered to 106 countries, and it's as simple as a domestic sale. You don't need to worry about calculating the cost or preparing the international documentation. All you need to do is ship the item to the GSP hub and we manage the rest. All the pricing is shown up front to the buyer, and here's an example of what it looks like, so there's no surprises when the item arrives. Thank you so much for listening. Hopefully I see you soon face to face.